The inhabitants of Kombe and Matuke villages in the southwest and littoral regions of Cameroon have been living without electricity for decades. Life in the two villages changed with a well-elaborated business idea that has seen solar electrification of the villages. The coming of Sunergy Cameroon has made electrification a dream come true in more than 8 villages and counting. On the same grid, Sunergy also provides cable TV and internet, and thus access to the outside world. This offers a host of opportunities for people to start their own businesses, moving towards a brighter future through individual and community economic development.
Our business idea is to enable people to escape poverty. And to escape poverty, people may have to choose. And one of the two is electricity. The other is cable television. And the third is internet. When people have these things, they have access to the world. And when people have access to the world, things start to happen. And then they may get many good business ideas that they can somehow develop and start to make money for themselves and their families and the community. And you can have some economic growth and development.
The Sunergy team spent hours to get to project sites, as the journey is hundreds of kilometers at times. Roads are not tarred, and some stretches are very impracticable. Almost impossible to journey, especially during rainy season. Conversely, the dry season is the preferred season for most of the projects. However, after installing electricity, the local government promised to fix the road. A promise they kept. This is Matuke village. Under the guidance of the divisional officer of the subdivision, the Sunergy team carries out a socio-economic survey to gather information about the villages and select villages qualifying for the project.
We just be here for some Thursday. I want surprise. I see pickup don't stand for my door here. So Mr. Mike, it start explaining me about the project. I don't even waste time to call my councillors and I explain the whole problem to them. All man glad. So the next week now, they say that they come back for here. As they come, they meet up population for here, we discuss. They say their problem na land.
When I go to any village for the very first time, nobody knows why I'm there. I come in like a complete stranger and I just look at the road. If it's accessible, that's one of the main factors, because you see the equipment that we are working with. It's pretty heavy. And secondly, it must have a sizable population, because what we are doing really costs a lot of money. And you cannot go and install it in a place where there's no demand for the service. So we look at it, and then I talk with the villagers. I talk with the chief and the chief council and all those other notables in the village, ask them a basic question. If I were to come here, would you guys have a piece of land reserved for development? Because the project is not just going to benefit one person, but the entire village.
The village and the village council will provide a piece of land which will harbor the powerhouse and the solar panels and guarantee its security.
And Madame Grace could stay in.
Sunergy signs an agreement with the village for a period of 25 years, which is renewable for another 25 years, or as long as the solar power station is in operation. Here we are at Kombegar village. Villagers in support of the project sign up to be connected once the plant is installed and running, promising to pay their monthly bills. The registration process is to ascertain the number of interested villagers.
Dans ce carte d'identité, pour qu'on t'enregistre, on a déjà une ferme assurance que tu es vraiment pour par rapport au projet qui arrive et que tu pourras prendre le compteur, comme on a dit, que même si tu es locataire, tu dois avoir ton compteur individuel.
The chief of the village and the Sunergy team lay the foundation stone for construction to commence. The construction of the building that will carry the main power plant, security post, and a huge space to install solar panels and TV antennas is underway. Some of the construction workers are village inhabitants. This is an opportunity to contribute to the development of their community.
Dès le départ, on nous a dit que l'énergie, on devait nous installer l'énergie. On nous l'a fait d'abord privé. Avant même de commencer le travail, donc on était d'abord content. Mais quand le travail est arrivé, bon, quelqu'un comme moi, je me suis engagé pour aider. Même s'il n'avait pas de sous, parce que c'est le développement du village, je me suis engagé.
The size of the building depends on the population of the village. Completion of construction takes approximately 28 days for the smaller buildings and 40 days for the bigger ones. Inventory of the material and equipment are taken immediately they arrive and are checked in.
We have just arrived with our materials, electrical materials, full of cables, junction box, and socket switches for connections of the homes in Matuke village. And I'm taking these stocks down to know the quantity of materials brought in and what is going out as the electricians are in the field wiring.
As the villagers witness the electrification of homes and installation of poles, some skeptics rush to get registered. The work accomplished so far by the construction and installation team gives the villagers more assurance that electricity has come to the village.
My mission here is to register customers for the electricity project, which will actually be lighting up this village in a month's time. When I came here, I had some challenges because people were not turning out for the registration process. According to the villagers of this particular village, they were saying that many organizations have come here and deceived people, and at the end of the day, they don't get the electricity. They wanted to see if actually we are coming in reality for the electricity that we say we are coming to bring to them. The engineers for the planting of the poles, when they came, the first strip of the poles arrived, people began to see that, hey, actually this thing is true. I'm going to register, and that is exactly how I started having a very huge turnout of villagers coming to register for their homes to be electrified.
Roland, a young snack bar owner, has been running his business without electricity. The Sunergy Cameroon project means new openings and huge progress for his business to increase sales and profits.
For quite a long time, I've done the operate this bar, but due to the cost of generator, we don't enjoy like co-mimbo. So as soon as you don't come, I'll be very happy because my bar now, the rabbit thing will make them just because of the cost of petrol. Maybe we'll say, man, no expand the bar.
With access to electricity, many people have the opportunity to start their own businesses, and thus laying the foundation for family and community economic growth and development. Many new businesses have started providing jobs and increased income.
Very soon I'll be up like snack, I'll be like some game hall and playing in them for here, and I go like to say me my place to expand with people that go like to see them. And I go use the life with any man go live will see lively.
The materials needed to build the power grid and solar panels are imported from many parts of the world, including China, Norway, France, Estonia, and Germany. The solar panels installed on half-hectare convert sunlight into solar energy to charge the batteries.
So from the solar panel, we have energy to go through the PV cabinet. And from the PV cabinet, it now starts charging the battery. And from there, then from charging the battery, it will go to the inverters. And from the inverters, it will change the current from DC current to now AC current. And now, it will now be AC to the grid. So that is how the whole setup is inside here. These batteries, as you see them here, for 17 years, they will still be good to go. After 17 years, then they can do replacement and some adjustments.
The inauguration is graced with huge celebration. A new dawn is on the village. Darkness is a thing of the past. Where there is light, there is joy.
If you look at the package, what we actually offer is more than just solar energy. We offer them with cable TV, and we've signed up with some of the other villages that we would offer them with internet services. So, you know, again, you can have electricity, you can have cable TV, but you still need internet. And we see, I mean, internet is what has actually made this world today to become the global village that we all talk about.
We have big partners in Norway. So on very many hotels, they have television sets. And when they want to change these television sets, we go there and we take them down, put them in a container and ship them to Cameroon. These are not very old, maybe 3 years old. And then people can have them for very low money in Cameroon.
2020, make this your money don't finish. You know, say as you pay to so your income is best.
Knowing the low purchasing power of the inhabitants of these villages, different measures are taken to ensure homes are wired and connected.
We have a microcredit license, and that license authorizes us to give them loans that are going to be used for wiring their homes. And that way we make it possible now for every home in the village to have electricity the day we say we are switching on. All the homes are lit up at the same time, and everybody can enjoy from that free period before the payment period.
Pupils and students' performance have improved tremendously with the coming of electricity, cable TV, and internet.
Now that electricity has been introduced in the area, the performance of the children has changed, because even the slow ones, they are able to do something now. At first, you give them homework, assignments. Some will come with the excuse of there was no means for them to do it, because before they could finish their evening duties, it was already dark. But now, there is no such excuse again. They are able to do their assignments and homework, and now even the slow ones, their performance too in class has changed.
Some villages, when we go there and we find out that the school infrastructure, sometimes they don't even have the basic, simple computers. They've never seen it because they say there's no budget. PTA is so poor. So what we do is we can just give them 2 or 3 computers.
Before then, there was no computer studies, but now that electricity has come into the area, we will introduce computer studies so that the children will also follow up like the other ones in town. They will not be left behind.
24 years old Nadesh, master student at the University of Boya, finds that the arrival of electricity, cable TV, and internet is a life-changing experience for her community.
Before, there was no light for me to charge my phone, to communicate with my friends, to browse, be it Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram. But thanks to Sunergy Cameroon, I am accessible to light, to network, and an additional cable line too. I know what happens. At least I have a clue. When I'm here, I'll have a clue about what's happening around the way, and especially about my country, Cameroon. This project, I can say, though I came late, I came when everything was already installed. I came just 3 days ago, but I assisted one lady. I consider her to be my second mom, Mommy Joan, in one way or the other in the distribution of the TVs. I did it voluntarily, and I wouldn't want to be compensated in any way because I've learned a lot through her. There will be a mad rush into this village now because other youths, like some of my friends, were renting the Bungwata, but they're already looking for houses there.
The local churches have prayed for years for light to conquer darkness. Pastor Oru believes their fervent prayers and faith pushed Sunergy to come to Matuke village.
When I came here 2017, I told them, I said, Matuke is a blessed land. I said, whenever you go to a land or to a place, you curse that place will be cursed. We curse you yourself because you have cursed the place. I say, so Matuke is a blessed land. Before 2 years' time, we are going to have light in Matuke. I don't know how the light is going to come. The beginning of this year, God gave me a theme. 2019, my year of laughter. So I told them, I said, light is going to come in Matuke that you people will laugh. And we are going to laugh. God will do many things that will laugh.
For himself and his wife, the task of raising their twin is less cumbersome.
When my children were just born, though I was having a little solar, that is small solar, that was helping me. But that was not enough because at times the thing fell at midnight. The children, they could not sleep because of darkness. There will be a lot of crying. They are twins, not even one. So this one will cry here, this one will cry here, and we struggle to see. We use our phone for light, and maybe sometimes the phone is nowhere charged. The thing will go off. So we're struggling. There is a lot of challenge because of no light. But I want to believe, just yesterday, everywhere was calm. My children were having a good sleep, and the light was there on. There was no failure. Now, when we'll be having our program here, we'll be using light, and we'll bring more people. Yes, people will come more because it is light.
The Sunergy Cameroon project does not only bring electricity to the villages, but it creates job opportunities.
Every village we go, we employ a couple of people, I would say minimum 6. You know, we have 4 security guards, 1 electrician, and 1 cashier or field officer that deals with money issue.
And they come not only for say they can't give away light, they bring job opportunity. They make them, they feel employ picking them for the village as electric, the one the way they do electricity, they employ them and they employ some of us as a security.
Le chef nous a constaté que bon, voici, il y a à faire. Et ce projet, ça concerne d'abord vous, la jeunesse de ce village. Avant que les gens ne viennent ailleurs, vous-même, vous devez mettre la main dans la pâte. Bon, nous autres, nous avons la force et l'intelligence pour pouvoir faire le travail. On a fait et on a été restitué, récompensé, on a été payé. Ça nous a beaucoup aidé, voire autre.
Some of the village staff of Sunergy Cameroon converge every once in a while at the main office for a refresher talk. It is an opportunity for the staff to present their challenges and other obstacles they face in the discharge of their task. Sunergy, in a bid to help the villagers escape poverty, guides them to start small businesses. A workshop is organized to explain business opportunities that come with electricity.
The place has been in darkness for long and the light project has come. I intend to learn how to raise nails and then how to get the market and to make some profits.
As you have initiated us today with business, I hope I want to open a business like materials, because we have suffering even to have uniform for the children.
And now we are also, several women, they have started to talk to me that they would like to start like a tailor shop. So now we are bringing sewing machines. Some of them are brand new.
Spoon. If you wash and set, even amongst your spoons, you wash them. But this, for a year and a half, engine there. So if you soak inside water, it will spoil.
Mr. Wane, a husband and a father of 4 children, has learned a lot from these workshops and has been able to improve his agricultural businesses.
Je fais dans le cacao, je fais dans les ignames, je fais dans la banane plantain, je fais dans la pastèque. Dans le même champ de cacao que j'ai oublié de passage, il y a les orangers, les pruniers, les avocatiers auxquels je mets. La pastèque, ici on le sème en février, ça dépend de l'arrivée des pluies. On le sème en février-mars pour récolter en mai-juin, vous voyez. Bon, le plantain, la récolte, c'est après 10 mois à 11 mois. Le cacao, notre sol ici bon, est favorable.
Now, a solar power cocoa dryer is planned installed, which will improve the quality of the cocoa, thus allowing us to charge higher prices, resulting in increased income.
Notre souhait, notre rêve, c'est que dans les années à venir, qu'on puisse avoir un séchoir solaire pour qu'on puisse produire la bonne qualité de cacao.
The well-being and education of his family has improved tremendously.
Actuellement, les enfants ont de quoi se distraire, ont de quoi visionner, parce qu'il y a des émissions à la télévision qui instruisent les enfants. Je crois que Sunergy, avec ce qu'ils nous ont fait, nous sommes au paradis pour les enfants. On ne pouvait pas faire le stock, par exemple, parce que nous sommes en zone rurale. Il faut aller au marché souvent, il faut du poisson frais, de la viande. On ne pouvait pas le stocker. Mais maintenant, grâce à Sunergy, on a eu maintenant le privilège d'avoir un frigo à la maison, un ventilateur, le fer à repasser, on portait les habits froissés.
With proceeds from sales of his produce, he can support his family and pay his Sunergy bills.
Par exemple, le manioc. Quand on récolte le manioc, on va à la maison, on met en transformation, on les case, on tamise, on fait frit, le balancier là, il vient payer sur place. Mon devis quoi. Par an, je peux me trouver dans 1 million, 1 500 000, 2 millions.
The coming of electricity to the villages is a great moment for some inhabitants. Who did not think they would see the day electricity comes to their villages?
That arrangement, that agreement where I don't make up with Sunergy, that small money where they ask me for pay, I beg. When I pay that money, you pay.
When we did Matuke, and I saw one mama that came out, she was probably around 90-something years old. And they said she had hardly moved out of her home. But when she heard that we were to come and switch on electricity, she came out. You cannot put that, in any terms. I don't know how you want to describe that. She said she knew she would die without saying that thing that the white man does, providing light. But we made it possible and she was able to see.
Any picking way we don't run, they don't almost come safe. All picking the way they don't run, say Matuke they inside darkness. When they come back. They come back. Then people they even worry me about blood, all that kind of thing. I hope say in few years Matuke will be a big place.
So far, Sunergy has impacted 20,000 lives, 4,000 families, schools, hospitals, churches, and security.
You just cannot imagine the extent that the government has also gone in approving what we do. When we started and we said we wanted to sign up with just 128 villages or so, the PM says there are more than 11,000 villages in Cameroon. Why are you people doing only 11? The 120 something. We need light in Cameroon.
In many villages, people had given up. They thought it was hopeless. But today, there is a change of mindset, and suddenly, they see the future.